computer. And now we're off to the races. And today we're going to be discussing all about creatives and what you should be looking out for when it comes down to creatives. Kind of the do's and don'ts, and most importantly, where to actually get your creatives from. So in the comments right now, for those of you who have started running small conversion campaigns, let me know if you, as a matter of fact, let me know if you've already started running, some sort of conversion campaigns, $5 a day, etc. So let me know where you are in the process. Let me take a look at the chat here and kind of fill me in where you currently are, because I'm watching the chat. If you've ran your, if you're warming up your account, great. Then you don't need to worry about the creatives aspect. But if you've already started launching conversion campaigns, kind of, let me know where you are. That would be a great help. And I'll give about like 2 seconds or so to see where everybody is and take a sip of water. Okay. So I see some people. Okay, so I'm taking a look at all these. Go back to the chat. All right. And okay, cool. So can you guys hear me, by the way? Give me a 1 if you can all hear me in the chat box, please. Just so I know that my mic is working and you can see my screen as well. Probably should have done, okay, cool, sweet. Vincent, Isaac, Julian, okay, cool. So by this time, you should already be warming up your account. And if your account is already warmed up, great. You should be, starting to run ads and whatnot. So there's a few things that I want to cover here when it comes down to creatives. There's a few creative styles that you need to understand. The creative styles that we have is video and we have images. Now images, we have, self-taken. So like our fruit pictures, example, let me just put example over here, example, fruit pictures. And then we also have illustrations. So, and I kind of briefly talked about this already using illustrations. I have, my testimonial on here. I've used illustrations. A lot of individuals in the affiliate space know about using illustrations from, a source like illustrations as a creative. So, this is what the actual creatives would look like as an example that you see right, right over here, right here. If you can't go ahead and get, self-taken pictures. So again, I'll put illustrations in the chat for everybody so you guys know. It's also in the latest video that I released. So I'll just put that there. So creative styles, and video. Now, video is interesting because UGC, so user generated content. And there's a really, really, really particular way to get UGC. You can go ahead and utilize Craigslist, right? And we're going to take self-taken also and talk about Craigslist once we dive into this. But we also have sources like Billo. So let me kind of inform you. Let's see, Billo.io. I never remember how to spell Billo. So Billo.io, Billo app. So this is Billo, all right? And I'll dive into this and dissect this a little bit more in just a few moments. And there's a creative style that's out there, kind of influential. And what I mean by that is like Cameo, right? So there's a lot of affiliates, or not a lot of affiliates, but there are affiliates out there who will use a site like Cameo and they'll get like an influencer or celebrity to endorse something, but you have to pay extra for it. So I'm going to just put $ next to this. And more than anything, I'm going to put this in red because this is higher level, really hard to execute and really expensive to test. Craigslist for UGC would be great. But the best I would suggest would be under images. And more than anything, the easiest path of least resistance, would be illustrations. But I'm going to dive through these one by one so you really get an idea of what's going on and what you can go ahead and possibly get done. So video, we can do custom content. And then under custom content, you have Fiverr and then you have freelancer. Now notice I say freelancer, not Upwork, okay? Because Upwork and freelancer are pretty much the same exact thing. They are a site where you can go ahead and hire third-party contractors to do tasks for you. So freelancer has really, really good on-demand video editors. And what's interesting is I'm going to categorize this. What's it called? Not Code Canyon. It's called, oh man, what is it? Envato. There we go. Envato Marketplace. Now, let me just dissect this one by one so you understand everything that's going on here. So the other thing that I want to go ahead and talk about really quickly, let me just pull this up. Actually, there's nothing showing that shouldn't be showing. Let me just get this. Where is this? Let me just take a look here. Oh, okay. So I actually have it. I never closed down this window. So let me go into another browser and I'll share my screen one more time. All right, so 1 second. So, okay, so here we go. This is what I want to show you. So where is this? Share screen, share. Okay, so you'll notice that, so I guess they rolled out a bunch of different ads now. That's interesting. So you see, these are like stock images. Oh, that's another thing I didn't add onto the list that I completely forgot about. Images, again, stock. I talked about this in the stock images. So Shutter stock, okay? And I'll go ahead and download this document for you so you have it as I build it out on this call under this video. So first thing is first, let me go back to what I just opened. Let's talk about the custom video content. So something like this right over here, this is their, okay, so this is legitimately custom content that they created themselves. So this type of custom content, totally fine. You could do this yourself. You could shoot it on an iPhone. And here's the thing about this type of custom content for a video, okay? I want you to really, really, really grasp this. The weirdest things work. Literally, the weirdest things work. So I can record a video right now on my iPhone with a vinegar bottle, and I can grab a bowl, put vinegar in that bowl, put some ketchup in that bowl, and mix it around for 15 seconds, and that can be my ad, period. And that would work. Well, unless I tested it, I won't know. But again, stuff like that works. I know, one of my partners, Vic, he actually used his mom as a prop. She sat in the bathtub, or sat in, on the edge of the bathtub, put peanut butter on the bottom, like smeared peanut butter on the bottom of her foot, and then stuck like a cucumber on it and saran wrapped it for 30 seconds. And that ad was one of his highest performing ads ever. Like, I wish I had the video on hand. It is the most obscure thing you'll ever see. There's other ads. As a matter of fact, let me dive in and see if I can get this in my Google Drive. It's a private Google Drive that I have. And I want to show you this because it's going to blow you away how obscure like these ads are. That are just taken, shared with me. Where is this? Give me 1 second as I grab this. Let me go to my other Google Drive and grab that drive. Let's see if it's still there. Because I had a lot in that Google Drive. I just want to make sure that it's still there. 1 second here, guys. All right. Because this will really really open your eyes as to how obscure these ads were. I don't think, is it still in this? I think I removed myself from there. Let me see. Dang it, I don't think I have access to that. Let's see. Yeah, I don't think I have it anymore. As a matter of fact, it might be on my hard drive. 1 sec. I'm literally on a mission here to find this for you. So let me go to my computer down. I know it's around here somewhere. I know I have it. Just let me see if I can pull it up for you. I have random fruit pictures. That wouldn't be too useful for us right now. All right, well, I don't want to spend all day looking for these. Let me just take a look at one last search in here. Okay, and I don't think, if I can't find it with this, then I'll just go ahead and move forward. Okay, yeah, so I guess I can't find it, but I digress. It was the weirdest ad. Now, you can do that yourself. Again, you can have a lot of fun with this, a lot of fun with it. If I wanted to, even, right now at this very moment, I can go to my fridge, get the vinegar, get the ketchup, get a bowl, and make like a 20-second ad. It doesn't need to look professional. Like, that's what everybody gets incorrect, is they're always like, well, I need my ad to look professional. No, you don't. As a matter of fact, the more professional you make your ad look, the worse it can actually be. So you see, like this ad that I just showed you right here, I think they just rolled this out September 18th. So they rolled this out yesterday. So you see how these ads are so, like, literally they're made at home. This is somebody recording, or probably the guy who owns or the people who own this page, this affiliate offer. This is them creating it. Like, this is them, or they got somebody on Craigslist to do this as well. So one or the other. My guess is that they did it themselves. Let's see if they have any other. Nope. So everything else is just like stock photos. So yeah. So long story short, videos like this tend to work really, really well. I've seen this over and over and over again. Let me just take a look and see if the ads library for this offer is still here. Let's see. So again, like this right over, see this? So this is just a banana being dropped into a pot with a tea pouch, and then an animation over this with the stock video. But then you have this right over here. You have this image. This looks like they took these images, right? Or maybe they got these images somewhere. Who knows? The most obscure things work. Like, you got to understand it. The most obscure things work. And you see this right over here. This is a illustration design with just an animation over it. And this is kind of what I wanted to go ahead and showcase to you, is this right over here. So let me make it bigger. So you can just see that it's very simple, 15 seconds, but this ad for them personally has been running for such a long time. Every single time I go ahead and spy on their page, this ad has been active over and over. And here, and look, I just said I have the same vinegar, and they're just putting their feet in a bowl with the vinegar, probably an image they took of themselves. So long story short, when it comes down to creatives, everybody overcomplicates this process. But let's dive into creating a creative like this one right over here that you see. That's just a simple animation, right? It's just a simple Coke animation. And that probably costs them, if I had to guess, $50 to $75 to make. Now, we all know that videos, well, I mean, we don't all know that. I can't assume that you know this, but I'm going to tell you so you do know, is that videos tend to outperform images in regards to statistics of click-through rate and view retention, all of that. So, well, you can't have view retention on an image, but you get the idea, is that videos tend to be more engaging. However, it's not like if you don't use a video, you're not going to be successful. Every single thing that I've rolled out up until this point, let me backtrack that, because that would be a lot. I would say 80%, 75% of everything that I've rolled out that has been super, super successful, that have been home run campaigns, have all been images, period. Have all been random fruit images or random images that I just take on my iPhone, okay? So let's just dive in and dissect where you can get custom content like something like this. Like, I'm gonna keep it really simple for everybody and have it like this. Because like I said, this video has been running for months, since March 23rd, 2021, January, March, April, May, June, July, August, September. So we're in like 4 days, this will have been running for 6 months. Now, let's kind of use logical thinking here. Is somebody going to run this ad consistently every single day at scale for 6 months straight, losing money? The answer is no. So creating something like this, I'm going to kind of show you what you can do, where you can go. First thing is Fiverr. You can use Fiverr. So there's illustrations on there. So I think if you just go to animation, like video animation, you can get somebody on Fiverr to create a literal 15-second animation for you that looks exactly like what is on that example right over here. So let me actually open this. So this right here. So this exact animation, because these are just moving animations. There's nothing special to this, right? It's just other images added onto a static background that appear. I'm telling you, it's not complicated whatsoever. So you could just contact, different Fiverr sellers and send them that video, that ad example that I'm showing you, and say, hey, can you create something like this for, 15 seconds or 20 seconds or whatever it is. And then you tell them your budget. So again, you can go ahead and venture down that route when it comes to a custom, video, or you can use a site like Freelancer. Now, Freelancer would definitely be better, in my opinion, because you can actually post a job on Freelancer. So it's like using Upwork. So you post a job and you put your budget that you have for the job, and you put your description of what you need. So you have like a headline, a description of what you need, and then you have a bunch of freelancers that go ahead and they start bidding on your project. And so all you have to do is show them exactly what you want and tell them, hey, I want maybe the Coke bottle, I want the lemon, I want this to do that. You can get creative with it. And like I said before, the max that a video like that would cost you would be like 75, maybe $100, okay? Depending on how fast the freelancer works. If he says, same day delivery, it'd probably be like $150. But then it comes down to the question of, is it worth it, right? Is it worth to spend that money on going ahead and getting a video created when you could just use images? And that's kind of the crossroad that I'm always at as well. I've realized that images can perform the same, if not better than videos, but videos is a lot of testing, so are images, but it's a lot easier to get images faster than it is to get videos faster, and it's more cost efficient. So the other thing you could do is there's a site called VideoHive, and VideoHive, I think it's VideoHive, is it? Let's see, yeah, VideoHive. What you would do is you would find different overlays. So like, different things that you can go ahead and add to a video. And so what you would do is you take some of these overlays, right? So let's just go with Premiere. You would just take something like, let's go to Premiere Pro, or excuse me, After Effects. And there's so many different like effects that you can use in the video, or there's a lot of different stock footage you can use, motion graphics. So you can go ahead and pick and choose on what you want in your video, and then you can purchase that effect. And then you go to somebody on Freelancer and say, hey, I want this effect in the video. Now, again, this is way more advanced, but I have it in here just because I want to let you know that Envato Marketplace is like it's a site for templates of stock photos or video effects, fonts, themes, anything, you name it, anything. So video is useful, especially custom content, when it comes down to the type of ad style that I just showed you. However, like I said before, making your own custom content is always something that converts well, but video does require a lot of testing. It's a lot of energy or effort to input. Now, UGC, so user generated content. So this is basically, it's not necessarily an ad, it's content, right? It's content that somebody creates. Typically, this is used in reference to somebody using like a physical product and then giving you a testimonial and showing you, their process of going through it. So let me give you an example. If there's something over here. So yeah, so they create something like this for you. So you would quote unquote send them the product, and an influencer or whoever, a random person, would go and actually create an entire video for you using the product, showing like their results as they use it, showing the product in use. And it's actually, really, really cheap and affordable. I think it's like $45 or $75 a video. Now, here's the problem with Billo, okay? And I like Billo. The problem is it is such a pain to go ahead and get affiliate stuff approved, because typically Billo is used for e-commerce brands, e-commerce products, like physical products that brands want content for, and they'll send it to the content creator, and the content creator will make the content. But as an affiliate, we don't have anything to send them. So typically what happens is I'll go ahead and I'll pay Billo for like 3 videos, and then it'll stay in limbo for like a week, 2 weeks, as I go back and forth with their support team, constantly telling them I'm an affiliate, I don't have the product. The content creator can use whatever product they want, or really depending on what we're promoting, of course. The content creator can go ahead and just show a daily routine. The content creator, if I'm doing a giveaway affiliate offer, then I'll be like, okay, the content creator can just show things that they have already and say, enter the giveaway and win X, Y, and Z, whatever it is. And so, Billo is really, really, really powerful if you go ahead and if you can get past their quote unquote review team. It's like a half-ass review team. It's not even a review team. They just don't like the fact that the content creator doesn't receive a product because we're affiliates. So I've been able to get a few past them. When I ran giveaway campaigns, or even when I'm doing that right now, like those giveaway, they're called sweepstake offers. It's those offers where, as an affiliate, I get paid for every person that submits an email on an opt-in. So let me give you an example of what that would be. So if I were to go categories, I type in sweeps right here. Let's go with countries, United States, just to kind of show you this right here. The lower paying ones, iPhone 12 sweepstakes, right? Let's see if it'll, nope. I just want to give you an idea of what the pages look like. All right, so they typically look like this. It'll have like an iPhone over here, a PlayStation, and I get paid, anywhere from $3 to $5 or $6 for every single email that gets that I'm able to go ahead and get with paid traffic. And so using Billo for one of the latest campaigns that I ran was a giveaway for I think it was an Apple product through an affiliate network, and we used Billo to go ahead and, I think it was an iWatch, that's what it was, like win an iWatch. We used Billo and basically told them, we're looking for content creators that have an iWatch, and we found a few content creators, and then it passed their review team. And so the ads were pretty decent, and they worked, and we used it for TikTok. So again, you can get custom videos. This is, again, a little bit more advanced, but if you also want to go and venture down Craigslist, so what I mean by venture down Craigslist is that you can post a task in like the job section, right? Or whatever section you feel is most suitable for what you're trying to accomplish. You can go ahead and have somebody create weird ads for you. You don't tell them to create weird ads, just say do weird stuff, like pour vinegar into a bowl and dip your feet in it, and give me a 30-second video of you doing that. So again, people think you're really weird, but they're the ones creating all the content for you, and all you'd have to do is give them like $30 for a bunch of videos that can potentially convert really well. So again, videos have a lot of potential. I do think videos have their place. However, for scalability and budget-wise, I don't necessarily think video is the way that we should venture down. I do like video, like I just said, but I really see the best options being these two. So self-taken or using Craigslist and illustration-based images. So when it comes down to images, I really, really like images that are almost taken completely at random. So it doesn't look professional. It doesn't look like it's taken by like a super high quality camera. It's just somebody whipped out their phone, held it in their hand, took a picture, bam, that's it. It looks natural. So you have to understand how people view, professional looking images on their timeline. When they see a professional looking image on their timeline, they automatically associate that with an advertisement. So if you have somebody or you have an ad that looks like it was taken with a phone on a whim, then it blends in naturally on the timeline. So it grabs attention, it garners attention a lot better than something that looks professional. So getting these type of images is fairly simple. You can either go to your local grocery store and take some images, or like I said before, you can go on Craigslist. And on Craigslist, and here's the thing, is that you can post this in different cities. So, you can post it in like New Mexico, for example, and tell them and the task will be, I'll give you $30 to go and take random pictures of obscure fruits at your local grocery store. I want at least 15 photos. So you'd be paying like $2 per photo. And then you have 15 photos that get sent right to you. Make it very clear that you want it taken on an iPhone. You don't want it to be professional, all of that. And so these photos that you get that are like fruits or like I just showed you before right over here, you can use this as an example as well, like right here, right, of somebody dipping their feet in a bowl with vinegar, stuff like that. You can get this all created for you by somebody else. You don't have to do it for really, really cheap, really cheap. And then you have a lot of creatives that you can use. So again, we do that quite often. Actually, we'll go ahead and we'll post on Craigslist quite often to go ahead and get people to take images on our behalf. And we already have a Rolodex of a few people that we reach out to when we need different images and different fruits and whatnot, that we have, and we kind of built up our own Rolodex here. The other thing that we'll use is illustrations. So illustrations from illustrations are specifically meant for affiliate marketing. So right, you could just take a look. If you just scroll down here, these type of illustrations work exceptionally well. And a lot of people already know, if you've been through other programs, for those of you that know, like Robbie Blanchard, he talks a lot about using these illustration-based ads. They work they still work till this day. And the best part about using something like illustrations is that they actually go ahead and they know the offer. So when you purchase from them, they have a form you fill out, and on that form, they ask you, what is the affiliate offer? And they're well versed in the VSL or the sales letter. They're well versed in that product. So they know exactly what to create on that illustration to go ahead and build curiosity and garner attention, all of that. So it's not a guessing game for you. You tell them what offer you're promoting and they do the rest of the hard work, which is really cool, which is what I really, really like. It's super useful. So I do use a lot of illustrations as well as like fruit images and whatnot. So again, I definitely suggest going ahead and utilizing as many different styles as you can. You can start off with illustrations. It works just as well as regular images of like fruits and whatnot. Or you can go ahead and do both at one time. So get somebody on Craigslist and get illustrations and just compile a Rolodex of different creatives. Now, what's important about compiling a Rolodex of different creatives is you're going to notice that you might have 30 or 40 different creatives, but only 2 or 3 of them might work really well. So you want to get as many similar creatives to the 2 or 3 that are working and converting exceptionally well. So, and that's the thing here is creatives is king. You need to feed the machine. And that's really what Facebook ads is all about. As a matter of fact, no matter what ad platform you're using, creatives is king, period. So you always want to be feeding the machine. So the reason why creatives is king is because of the fact that not everybody will go ahead and tick the same way, if you will. So one section of an audience might tick really well with, ad 1, and then the ad 2, nobody might respond to it, but ad 3, everybody seems to respond to it. So if you only have one ad creative, then you need to have 100% success rate on that ad creative and hope that it works. However, if you go out there and have a Rolodex of different creatives that you're testing, and you should always be testing creatives, then you are setting yourself up correctly, because at the end of the day, feeding the machine is so, so, so important. I can't emphasize that enough, is making sure that you have a consistent flow of creatives at all given times. Is everybody following along? Give me a 1 if this is all making sense so far. Okay, awesome, great. That's what I like to see. Cool. So again, this is a great option. And then Shutterstock, right? Shutterstock is also another great option. So again, the thing with Shutterstock is it's a little expensive getting images from Shutterstock, to be quite honest with you. So I think it's like $30 for like 10 image downloads a month. And that's not like super expensive, but again, you're limited to how many images you can use. Now, I don't really like using unsplash images or, royalty-free images, just because they're not necessarily the type of images that we need or want for our creatives. But when it comes down to creatives, this is what I would suggest. I'm going to just emphasize this here and then open the room up to questions for anybody that has questions. And then we can go ahead and proceed with our Sunday. So images, illustrations, or self-curated images is what I would suggest. Put this in green. So with that being said, now I want to go ahead and open up the room to questions, because I know some people have questions that are slowly coming through. And then once all the questions have been answered, and again, you can ask any question really, it doesn't need to be pertaining to creatives only. But once all the questions are answered, I can go ahead and wrap this up for everybody and get it into the members area ASAP. So the floor is for anybody who wants to ask a question. If there aren't any questions, that's totally fine as well. So again, I don't want to just keep mumbling on just for the sake of time. I want to, this is literally everything I wanted to give to you. You know the info, you know what to do. If there's any questions, now would be the best time to go ahead and ask them. So yeah, go for it. Let me know. I'm watching the chat box. I'll give it a few minutes before, if there's no questions, that's fine, but I'll give it a few minutes to let you guys finish typing. All right, so I guess, let's see. I guess pretty much this is a very self-explanatory workshop. So cool, great. I'm just reading some comments that are coming through. All right, and okay. Oh, okay, I see questions coming in now. All right, let's see. Can't ever use Craigslist. How does it work? Craigslist is just a like a listing board, if you will. I forgot what it's called. You just go ahead and you go to like a city like New York, for example, and you can go ahead and post Craigslist NY. All right, right here. And what you could do is gigs, right? You can go and literally do anything. You could find this somewhere in jobs. Let's see where we would go. Forget where I tell my team to go. Creative, that's it. Gigs, creative. And what you could do is just go ahead and click post and just post, what you need here. So again, people will respond really, really fast, really, really fast. So like there's a proofreader for blog posts here. So gigs like that, people will go ahead and just jump all over it. So Alex has no question for how we schedule it. Okay, cool, Alan. No problem. So Vincent asked, are you testing different creatives mostly with dynamic? Yes. Yes. So yeah, that's yes to answer your question. There's really nothing. There's really nothing else I could say to that. Let's see, going through some more. I guess that's pretty much it. It's a quiet crowd here today. Everyone all right? You guys alive over there? You guys are usually chatterboxes in the chat. I guess I hope you're all doing all right. Hope you're all attentive. Man. So okay, cool. I'll give it like another minute or so. If there's no other questions, then I'll pretty much end it here for today, because it was really cut and dry what I wanted to explain with creatives. There's not much that really goes into it, except feed the machine. Somebody told me that a long time ago. Is Facebook and Google, their algorithm is meant for feeding the machine. You're welcome, Jolene. So feeding the machine with creatives is how you're going to win. That's how you're going to win. Okay. So again, you have all the tools and resources that you need, literally all the pages, offers. I'm still working, by the way, just to rendezvous on what I said last week. I'm still working with an offer owner. He gave me the green light to go ahead and send everybody a current offer. I think the one he was talking about was African Lean Belly. That's on Digistore. But I'm still testing it right now, and the conversions aren't good enough for me to go ahead and tell people to start promoting. All right. So I'm looking and seeing what other offers he has so we can send traffic to it and make sure that I give you guys good offers that are converting. So Gary says, in the vital 20% training, how many duplicates do we do? You do one duplicate a day, right? How long do we keep them running for? You just let them run, like period. Let them run. You could turn them off eventually, but I would let it compound first. I would start turning off. I personally don't turn off unless the statistics are really bad. Like if I spent on the first campaign that I launched, right, Gary? If I spend, if it's spending $5 a day, and that's the first campaign, so obviously the budget doesn't change. If it's running for 20 days and it spends $100 and it doesn't even have an add to cart, then yes, I'll go ahead and turn it off, because at that point I'm already 19 duplicates ahead with sales coming in, because with 19 duplicates, with the budgets being raised across those 19, there's definitely going to be sales being generated. So kind of set your number where you want to kill the ad after a certain amount of spend with that budget, and then decide from there, looking at the metrics of the ad, if you want to kill it or not. Remember, at the end of the day, this is a logical business process, not an emotional one. So like I just said, if all the stats look phenomenal, if your click-through rate is great, if you for the ad to the page, and if you have a lot of engagement on the ad, and the CPM is phenomenal, the cost per click is phenomenal, but you spent $120 on that campaign with not even a single add to cart, then logically speaking, it's time to kill that campaign. Now, if there's 40 add to carts and no purchases, this is where the internal debate comes into play, and where you have to use your logical thinking, is that clearly this campaign isn't being optimized correctly by Facebook. So don't get emotionally attached to it and just let it go. Turn it off. So set that number in your head. Typically, the number that I pick is the profit that I make or the revenue that's generated on average from each sale of that particular product. So let's just say the average order value for a particular offer, my commission would be $140. I'll let the campaign spend $140 to see the statistics that it gets. But if it spends like $140 plus with no purchases, then I'm not going to let it keep running. There's no point. So you're duplicating the campaigns already, which means that you're getting different pockets of people. That campaign, clearly the pocket that Facebook is putting that particular campaign in isn't working. So don't get attached to it. Move on, kill it. You have other campaigns that you're duplicating. And there's a reason why we keep duplicating the same campaign over and over again. It's because we get different pockets of individuals every single time we duplicate it. And once we start going ahead and getting data to Facebook, and once they find their rhythm of purchases in the correct pocket of people, then every single one that you keep duplicating from there on out, it's just going to seem like you can't stop getting sales, or it's just going to seem like you don't lose, basically. So duplicate like 20 plus ads and just switch off the poor ads that don't work. Exactly. Yep, exactly. Bingo. So, because again, the other thing that, and I'll leave it off here, is not, even though the campaigns can be consistent, meaning everything about a campaign can be the same. The creative, the ad copy, the landing page, the targeting, the demographics, everything can be the same, right? However, if you duplicate it 10 times, all 10 campaigns will be completely unique in regards to the targeting. Even though everything about them is the same, who they're shown to, the pocket of people that those ads are put in front of are all different across all 10 campaigns. So even though everything's the same, maybe only 2 of those campaigns will be home runs and the other 8 are duds, right? So you keep the 2 that are working and then you roll out new campaigns. But when you roll out new campaigns, like let's just say you roll out 10, found the 2 that works, great. How about you roll out another 10 with this time all you change is the creative, the image. So a lot of times people think, oh, I have to change the ad copy, I have to change the image, I have to change the landing page. No, at the end of the day, it's small tweaks, right? So you might potentially only want to and have to change the creative, the actual image that's being used. So again, that's something to consider and just understand as well. So, okay, cool. So I think that's pretty much all the questions for today. Does anybody else have any final questions before I go ahead and end this workshop? Let me know. Thank you, Dan, very much appreciated. Super welcome, Kian. Super welcome. No problem, Alan. All right, guys. So sorry for the delay. Sorry for the mix-up and earlier today, but I'm glad those of you that were able to make it are here. And I'm going to go ahead and end this so I can put the recording into the members area ASAP. So it'll be there in probably like an hour or 2. And yeah, we're releasing even more content. I think this week is when we start pushing live all the Facebook ad content. Like it's all going live. So be on the lookout for that. Yeah, anyways, guys, it's been a pleasure yet again. And thank you so much for coming out here on this Sunday and spending time with me. Hope you're all doing really well. And I will catch you all this upcoming Sunday. See you, everybody.